Hey guys, I just want to go ahead and just talk about something with you guys. It's the fact that the police and the Supreme Court judges had boycotted like gangster rap back in like the 1980s and 1990s and whatever else that was, associated with gangster rap. And a lot of people, a lot of the public thought that gangster rap made like kids growing up getting into the gang banging and the gang violence. And yeah, a lot of people thought that gangster rap made kids kill people. And gangster rap did not make people kill people. Like, gangster rap didn't make people or make kids kill. Some kids are labeled murderers and betrayers of what it really means to be a good kid. And what they chalked it up to was these kids end up like a lot of people chalked up like the whole constant like a lot of people that are in the government zeitgeist thought that gangster rap made like a lot of people thought, well, a lot of like government officials thought that gangster rap made kids violent. Like, there was barely, any like a lot of like people blamed gangster rap for making kids violent. Those violent tendencies were already there. And a lot of people went and if I'm not mistaken, a lot of people thought that gangster rap made kids violent They didn't make kids violent. The violence was already there because of systemic issues, the home life being not too good. Who knows? Maybe the parents were the really awful types of parents. Like a lot of people thought that a lot of people thought that like a lot of people thought that like like with like the kids, like some kids were already violent and killing people back before gangster rap was a problem. Some kids were killing full-grown adults that were like some people don't really realize kids were killing people that like long before the a lot of people don't really realize that before gangster rap became a problem, like how many kids before 1990 were killing? Like there's too many kids that grew up in meaningless lives that they grew up like living in anger, like so many kids came from bad environments. So many kids came from bad environments. And with that, it led to issues. Gangster rap wasn't the evil demonic force of unchecked anti-piety of the masses, to say the least. And I'm just saying, a lot of people thought that gangster rap made people violent. Systemic and socioeconomic oppression. The socioeconomic and systematic oppression of the lower class people made those lower class people violent.
They will learn to stay out of my way.
And how many youths occupied the prison system before the time of their adult lives came? So many teenagers went to jail, went to prison, and so many kids are killing while they're even younger than 13. Some of them were killing before the age of 13. And let's not forget that those who had a systemic problem with like the way the world has been, people chalk it up and blame it on rap. Whip-de-fucking-do. Blame it on the gangster rap genre of music. Like, oh, why don't we just blame it on the gangster rap music? Gangster rap music built a regime built on questioning the way things are working. And too much people were questioning how the system works and how the system is and the way the system works, and the ways the system operates, and question it by any means necessary, by any way that they can question how the system was operating, unilaterally slanted in favor of the rich against and to systemically oppress the poor. That's what rap music was about. And the police and the government, they wound up demonize, villainize the gangster rap music, and they don't get how shitty, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, shitty the fucking system actually is. Gangster rap was just highlighting all the shit that the black community had to go through. Generational and systemic oppression for what, like 100 to 200 years? To 200 years of like blacks being systemically oppressed, being kept at the bottom. And it's not just black people that were kept at the bottom. It was also white gangster rappers like Eminem that were born poor, but over the course of 25 years, gets into the rap game and makes a metric fucking kaiju-sized assload of fucking money from it. And let's not forget, Haley Mathers, Eminem's daughter, grew up in luxury. And now, since how she's a podcast influencer with an extremely largely popular, crazy huge gangster rapper father who made billions of dollars, billions upon billions upon billions upon billions of dollars rapping. And yet, Eminem was born poor, grew up poor. And yet my generation grew up on Eminem. And we all know that Eminem's music was generationally, you know, auspiciously becoming popular, to say the least. And I'm just stating the cold, hard facts. Like the cold, hard facts that Eminem was giving alt-right conservative parents a headache dealing with their you know, Canaanite myth book tapping children that they were raising in Christianity and turning the youth like how does people think that gangster rap ruined society? It was highlighting a society rooted in ruin. America became Troy 2.0. Became like Troy and Rome. The fall of Troy and the fall of Rome. Because an empire, a systemically oppressive empire such as America back in the day, when gangster rap was highlighting all that shit, like real lyrical gangster rappers were highlighting all that shit. A lot of people really don't realize that gangster rap was already highlighting a faulty system. Like the gangster rap music highlighted all what was wrong with society. It's not gangster rap's fault that gangster rap was holding up a mirror to society. Same thing with like emo punk music, like goth music and shit, that was highlighting the same shit but on the depressing side of the coin. But a lot of people had shouted in microphones for years. A lot of gangster rappers were shouting in microphones about the systemic oppression of the poor and the working class for years. And some of these gangster rappers were unlawfully silenced by outside forces. Outside forces that were trying to silence the truth. And for years, so many people had systemically been saying the same thing. And it's like an evolution of calling out society's hypocrisy and lackluster handling of problems and systemic issues based around the status quo and handling shit. And the government shows no effort in helping the system get better. And the blacks that were knee deep, fucking thighs deep, almost deep up to their fucking asses and fucking balls, and in some cases, they're fucking pussies in the music business, calling out hypocrisy in the government-sanctioned system that was rooted in abysmal failures to cooperate with the working and the poor class communities. There are some backwoods redneck people so full of arrogant, boisterous, bolstering pride in being on the fringes of societal norms and society. And some of those who were a part of that shit did not want to be, like living in this squalor that was happening. And there's a lot of people talking about how the system was rigged against said individuals. And so many youths lose a lot of basic freedoms to choose which path to tread based on their desires to move up in the world. And they were forced to stay down. Like, oh, you as a commoner, you're trying to get ahead in life? Well, why don't we just kindly and politely fuck you over? And quietly and politely, seemingly non-threateningly rob you of all your money, leaving you no generational wealth to build on, because the generational wealth idea is copyrighted. And the generational wealth is our intellectual property. You can't afford to capitalize upon our intellectual property and to become having the kind of ability to become the kind of person to accumulate generational wealth. And they do that seemingly non-threatening, less than hostile, and then with a sweet, cute little polite smile on their face while they do it, while the system and the government does it. They shake your hand like you're an old friend, and behind their backs they hold the socioeconomic knife to fucking stab in your fucking back, and then locking you away when you call out highway robbery and bullshit that they're on. Their hypocritical, two-faced, backstabbing bullshit. And then they lock you away for the rest of your life for fighting back and putting it into account to put in some generational wealth building. And that's what the gangster rap music was calling out all along. Gangster rappers forced to feud against each other. Gangster rappers were forced to feud with each other to drum up interest in the movement. And let's not forget, the drawbacks, the distances pulled and pushed, and then yanked it every which way. And I'm speaking from experience myself because I grew up poor. I would have had generational wealth if a certain fuck boy in my family did not steal the money, ran off to some other state, and let the generational wealth build up, blatantly showing no respect. Blatantly showing no respect at all. And blew all the fucking generational wealth building money. Blew all that money on bullshit. And now I, myself, have to work to build that generational wealth back up. It's on me to do so. I have two things I have to do. Rebuild up that generational wealth and if I'm not mistaken, build up that generational wealth and then put the Dweez family name on the map. And putting Muncie on the map harder than anybody could ever put their hometown on the map. Muncie is my home, but my true home is in Olympus. So this hometown on earth is my home away from home. And now, since how my family's poor, I understand what these gangster rappers were spitting on the mic about. It's not exactly a fair trade-off. And the cops and the police mistake gangster rapping as a form of violence. It just highlights violence that was already there. Like highlighting violence that was already there. The violence was already there. It just needed to be highlighted. And the systemic oppression was already there. It just needed to be highlighted. And then people start joining this whole movement. Like a whole movement. Gangster rap was more than just music. It was a movement rooted in being associated with the Black Panther movement, which in turns had been rooted in so much oppression and racism and socioeconomic discrimination. Gangster rap has like 3 genres: white gangster rap, Latin gangster rap, black gangster rap. It's just that Latin gangster rap was not as well defined or well polished as white and black gangster rap. Latin rap wasn't as finely tuned or polished, but still the general same idea. So yeah, rap does not make young people kill others or thinking that it's pretty cool to run around killing. It was more than just that. It was about pride in knowing what was wrong and what was right. So yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe so you won't miss another upload. And share the videos.